Thank you. Next story is my favorite one, which I crafted around the way twins were treated. This is what we were told as I was young. I crafted a story around it. And the story is titled Kokodiko, the Dance Monster. Kokodiko, the Dance Monster. Toyo! Somebody is from Africa here. Yeah. Toyo! Yeah. Bo! Yes. And Toyo means I have a story to tell. Yeah. Bo means tell it quickly. We are listening. Yes. And we have 2 songs in the story. Please just listen and sing with us. Very simple songs. One goes this way. Kokodiko, Kokodiko, Kokodiko. Whatever you hear else, don't sing that. Just sing Kokodiko, Kokodiko, Kokodiko. And the other song goes like this. Wa, wa. And I didn't tell you this in the beginning, but in Kokodiko you can do this a lot. If you hear something that you feel strongly about, you can say, oh my God. Or if it's annoying, you say, what is that? You can pass comment when you hear anything like that. Okay? Kokodiko, the Dance Monster. A long time ago, when the world was still very young, there lived some people where the people didn't like twin babies. Yes. They said they don't understand why babies should be 2, should be 1, not 2, not 3. So they believed that the twins will bring them bad luck. Yes. So if twins were born, they will ask the parents to take them to the forest, to the evil forest, to live away from the people, because nobody will buy anything from their parents. Nobody will play with them or interact with them in any form. So time passed like that. One day, a couple in that village had a set of beautiful and identical twin baby boys. Yeah, so beautiful. But many people didn't care about all that. They ran to the king. We didn't have police like this by then. It's a king that would solve everything. He ran to the king and said, Your Majesty, send them and their parents away from this village before they bring us bad luck. And the king did just that. The poor parents were forced to take their babies away to live in the forest for a long time. Again, time passed. And one day, a story filtered into the village that there was a monster within the vicinity, around the forests in the village, who waylaid people and forced them to dance and dance and dance until they dropped down dead. This monster they called Kokodiko because of what it said in this when dancing. What it was saying, Kokodiko, Kokodiko, Kokodiko. So they named it Kokodiko. And then the market women, after staying indoors for so long, they wanted food to eat. They put their basket together and started to go to the village, to the market. For fear of meeting Kokodiko, they went in a group. And as soon as they got into the big forest, after passing hills and rivers on the way, then Kokodiko suddenly just came and said, dance! Kokodiko, Kokodiko, sing! Kokodiko, 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 Kokodiko. After dancing for such a long time, the women got exhausted and started to drop one by one. And Kokodiko jumped for joy, woo, and disappeared into the forest. Kokodiko, 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 Kokodiko. Then the warriors of the village came out and they said, oh, sorry, they said, who or what is this monster? Is it stronger than us? We have fought in wars and we conquered every village. We are not afraid of any monster. We'll go to it and get rid of it from our village. So, to empower themselves, they started to sing as they went, as if going to war to look for Kokodiko. And then when they got to the forest, Kokodiko heard that song and came running by and said, "Doors! Kokodiko, 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 Kokodiko." The warriors were brave and strong, but after dancing for many days, they started to drop down one by one. And the monster laughed and disappeared into the forest. Kokodiko, Kokodiko, Kokodiko. Then the king of the village said, "Oh, you gods of my ancestors," the king said, "what shall I do? I have gone through my whole village and see there's nobody alert in many parts of the village because of this monster. And the worst thing is that it doesn't have any weapon. It has no bow, no arrow, no weapon. What shall I do?" And then he said, "I will go. Oh, I have my magic words. With my magic words, I can make wild animals to disappear when I go on my journeys across the forest." So I used the magic words to make the monster disappear. So the king went bravely to the forest, armed with his magic stick and magic words. So when the king was there in the forest looking for him, Kokodiko came out, roaring out and said, "Dance! Kokodiko, Kokodiko." But the king refused to dance. Instead, he stood his ground and used his magic word. Gori ogori, ilẹ̀ lórí yẹn, máa lọ, Moniko máa lọ, va-t'en, va-t'en, Kokodiko, va-t'en. And Kokodiko disappeared into thin air. The king went to his village and started to celebrate. Everybody was celebrating, and from out of the forest came a hunter running and saying, "Ah, Kábíyèsí, Your Majesty, I just escaped from Kokodiko." "No," said the king, "I made it disappear already." "Oh no," said the hunter, "it's still there, Your Majesty. I was just lucky I escaped. It has killed all my friends. I don't know what we should do." Not knowing what to do, all the villagers put their hands on their chin and they started to think and think. And suddenly, from out of the forest around the village came two little boys. Can you guess who those two little boys are? They are the twins who were thrown there 10, 12 years back. And the twins heard what was going on in that village, and they hatched a plan. They took lots of banana bread, coconut, yams. They took lots of food, lots of drinks. And they went to the village to see the king and the village people. When they got there, they bowed down and greeted everybody and said, "We would like to go and get rid of that monster." Everybody kept quiet at first. Then suddenly they broke out in hearty laughter. Can we laugh at them? They said, when the warrior, the king, the hunter, and everybody else could not, how can you two little boys go and face such a monster? Some other people said, "Send them, Your Majesty. They brought the plague of the monster into our village. Send them." The king had no choice. He sent them. But the boys already hatched their plan. They went to the forest, and when they got there, one of them hid behind a tree, and the other continued the search for Kokodiko. Soon Kokodiko saw him and came roaring out and said, "Dance! Kokodiko, 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 Kokodiko." When the monster turned its back as it flipped around here and there, the twins quickly switched places, and the monster didn't see the difference. The dance continued. Kokodiko, Kokodiko, sing with me. Kokodiko, you can clap. Kokodiko, 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 Kokodiko. Again, switching continued. Kokodiko, 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 Kokodiko. When they were resting, when the twin was resting, he will eat. The one who was resting will eat and refresh himself with water and drinks, and the other. Then they realized that something was wrong with the monster. It was quivering, and the knees were touching, and it was shaking and falling, and they came out together. The twins came out and said, "Dance, Kokodiko, dance! You want a dance, we'll give you a dance. Dance, Kokodiko, Kokodiko, Kokodiko." But the monster was already too tired and fell. And all the villagers watching from top of trees and hills around, they all shouted in joy. Can we shout in joy? And they carried the twins shoulder high to the king's palace, where there was already drumming and singing. And the king came out and said, "Thank you, everybody. Thank you for this wonderful defeat of the monster by the twins whom we hated. Look, twins don't bring bad luck. You have seen? They have defeated the monster. In fact, we are going to make them chiefs in this village. Let us celebrate, dance, and eat, and sing for 7 days and 7 nights." So everybody sang and danced and ate. So can we sing, dance, and drum? Kokodiko, Kokodiko, and the village lived in peace after that. So thank you very much.